Everyone, Father Jared coming to you. And yeah, you know, as of late, I've been in a bit of a slump, and there's been just a kind of a malaise that has set over my life as, you know, a lot of different things going on, a lot of different hardships that have taken place over the past couple of months have really just like led to, this feeling of like another day, and just like being somewhat scared of like what comes next, right? And I'm sure we've all been at those different points in our life. Maybe you're at that point in your own life as well. And like what to do in the midst of that. And I think there's a lot of different things, and I've been trying to, you know, one of the most important things for me personally is always to like focus back on my morning routine. Like, am I falling into the trap of like doom scrolling, of being rather lethargic in my approach to the day, of not really like starting off my day in a healthy way, like whether it's eating something unhealthy or not eating it at all, or like, all these different factors that go into that. And like the heroic minute, like, do I get out of bed as soon as my alarm goes off, which is always a helpful way to start the day. So that heroic minute, that, as St. Josemaria Escriva called it, is that moment of like, can I get out of bed within a minute and get on my knees and pray, like waking up within a minute of, like getting out of bed within a minute of the alarm going off. And so just that simple act, and like looking at those different practices in my own life of trying to refocus on the beginning so as to make the rest of the day better. And I think that's like a lot of what life is focusing like, okay, how can I tweak the little things? Like sometimes we try to change either everything all at once to try and make our lives better, and of course it always falls apart because, well, we can only take like we can only like implement so many new habits at once. And so I think it's just like it's a difficulty that can come there. But then also just like the note that it also has to be radically different. Like I can't, you know, like I've got to be better about getting up and at it more quickly, and not just like simply kind of putzing around, as we called it in my household growing up, like being putsy and just like taking my time. I've got to get to it, and got to realize that the day's got to get started now, and I can't worry about what comes, and I just need to do the next right thing. And just offer that encouragement to all of you as well, as I think that that's something that just keeps on coming to mind. Even as I'm reflecting, as I get to leave for Europe, I was reflecting on the beaches of Normandy that I got to visit back in 2017, and just the surreal experience of that was because of, what is a rather tranquil beach now wasn't on June 6th, actually this very day in 1944, June 6, 1944, the D-Day landings, but still like seeing parts of the countryside still pock-marked by Allied artillery, and I'm sure also Axis artillery as well. But just seeing like those scars still kind of born there today, but still, and again, like tranquil manner, because a lot of it's overgrown, and so you have to really know what you're looking at to know that, like, oh, that is a huge detonation site from a artillery shell from a ship. And but one of those things of just looking at that particular day, and just and also just amphibious warfare and World War II in general, is like the importance that was always placed on just simply getting through that first part, like getting off the beach. Like the most important thing was to safely but quickly get off the beach, because if you got pinned down there and didn't make any progress, basically the whole operation, the whole spearhead of the of that D-Day invasion would fail. And so it was vitally important to the long-term goals of the war effort, but also vitally important to the lives of the men on the beach, that they get off there, because whenever you're on the beach, you're exposed. And so I think that's also what I think we're probably all experiencing a little bit as we kind of get into the second year of Beacons here soon, is that we need to continue to push through to the next thing. Like, it's not always easy, it's not always fun, but it's vitally important to the long-term success. And also in our own personal lives, where we hit that slump, like that first initial stage of like resistance is always the hardest. It's like, okay, I've got to get up more quickly. I've got to eat better. I've got to start exercising, praying more, like actually get that regimented prayer in. like as we look at all those things, it's always very, very vitally important for us to start well, to say, okay, these things got to happen. I can't be successful in all these other areas unless we get this down. And so I just want to encourage you to take a look at that in your own life, to persevere, to institute those starting habits, as I guess I'm going to call them, right off the top of my head, of just the heroic minute, getting out of bed within a minute of your alarm going off, and taking care of yourself physically, the temple, your body, which is the temple of the Holy Spirit, and getting that time for prayer in each day, even if it's only 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be a ton, like nothing ridiculous. And so just I want to offer that encouragement to each and every one of you, and just to say, like, thank you for everything, and just ask for your prayers and know that I'm praying for you as well. And so I hope you have a great week, and God bless you. Bye.